Something I sometimes find myself thinking about is the correlation between technology and humans. If you don't know, the computer was built based on the human mind. With the technological advances that we've had, that humanity has had, I think it's safe to say that technology has evolved into an entire human body, essentially. And just like you can infect and hack a computer or a network, I think that the same can be said about the human body. I don't know a thing about tech, although I have been abused by people who use tech to abuse. Something I am well versed in is energy, and I strongly believe that if you understand energy, which I do like the back of my hand, then you will innately understand tech. I believe that just like the computer, the human mind can be hacked and infected. I think that most people refer to this as social conditioning, but another way to look at it is programming. So how do you protect a device or a computer? Oh, that's another thing. If you think of your body as your vessel, as a device, which it is, then it's definitely something that can be infiltrated, hacked, infected, programmed, taken over, all that good stuff. So it's my belief that if you can deprogram your mind, and reprogram your mind with your own software, your own autonomous software that you yourself build from your own innate knowledge, wisdom, and experiences, then it also grants you this antivirus protection, because you're connected, your energy source is source, source of all creation. And so if you can, just like with a device, in order to power a device with electronics, the energy between the positive and the negative have to be vibrating at vibrating at a certain speed in order to power said device. So I guess like that's how I correlate ascension in the human body. It's like in the beginning of your evolution, your ascension, you're kind of oscillating in an imbalanced way, but the more you ascend, the more you connect with source, you start vibrating at a faster rate. Eventually you're vibrating at such a high frequency that you're stable, even if you think of like atoms, or solid matter, it's just atoms vibrating at an extremely fast rate, so that this, object feels solid, because your atoms are vibrating against the atoms of whatever you're touching, creating that feeling of solidity. So this is a bit of a ramble, and I really hope that this makes sense. And I feel like to those who think in a dual way like I do and like to make those connections, it will make sense to you. But essentially what ascension is you are vibrating, you raise your vibrational frequency in such a way that you can power your own device, meaning your vessel, your body. And that leaves no room for anyone else or anything else to hack, take over, or program your device, because you are in full control of it. It is powered by you, You own yourself. That's what sovereignty is. You own your vessel. You own your mind. You own your body. And the thing with allowing yourself to be open and receptive to your vessel being hacked by this false matrix is, if you can hack the human mind, if you can infiltrate the human mind, if you can influence the human mind, then you essentially have control over the entire body. Because disease, dis-ease, and illness, they all start in the mind. So if you are, being constantly under attack or mentally abused or, gaslit, and your cortisol levels are through the roof and you're constantly freaking out, that's going to cause disease. It's going to cause like a physiological effect on your body. It's going to show up as, stress related illnesses and diseases, and it can essentially kill you. So I think that that's another way you can look at the spiritual evolution and ascension. It's just creating such a strong, impenetrable antivirus software in your energy field that nothing can penetrate it, nothing can hack it, nothing can reprogram you or program you, because you've already deprogrammed everything, that was programmed by the people, things, and experiences outside of you, and you've reprogrammed yourself using source code, which source code is one code that cannot be hacked or overtaken. So I hope that makes sense. I know that that's pretty that's some pretty quantum type things that I'm trying to relate to things here on the physical, which can be difficult at times. I do hope to one day write a book about the correlation between tech and, reality, tech and the universe, and how everything truly is interconnected. And those of you who understand tech and understand electricity, you guys do understand spirituality. Like, it's just a different jargon. It's a different way of explaining the same thing. I'm not someone who doesn't believe in science or evidence. I believe that science and spirituality are they are counterparts. I think you have spirituality on one side of the coin, and then you have science on the other side of the coin, and they both make sense. And if you can explain something through science, you can also explain it spiritually. So I feel like science is a way of explaining the scene, the things in the physical, the things that are quantifiable, and then spirituality is a way of understanding and gaining information from the unseen and the things that are unquantifiable. So if you are open and receptive to both of those things, both science and spirituality, man, you've got that full circle well of knowledge and information. I don't like to close myself off to any information. So all information is good information. I can integrate it and I can utilize it going forward on my own purpose, on my own path and purpose. But anywho, for those of you who resonate and understand what I am putting down, this message is for you. And for those of you who don't, ask yourself all the questions. And hopefully we can have a conversation at some point. Anywho, I love you all, to the universe and beyond. Bye.